everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Carey, and today I want to share with you all my morning skincare routine. I wanted to come back on this morning because I looked through my video. I was editing it last night for the morning skincare, and I found that I'd missed a couple of really important things that I wanted to chat with you guys about. So I thought, let me just jump on real quick before I do my nighttime routine and share with them these things. And so if you see like the lighting in the back change, it's because yesterday was a very, very rainy day, and today it's a shiny and beautiful day here in Florida. And so, you know, it is still cold, at least cold for me. It's really kind of chilly. So I did want to let you know that no, you're not crazy. The lighting in the back has kind of changed because that's my porch back there, and so, you know, I get like natural light from back there. I think it's important for me to give you a little bit of background information so that you'll understand why I've made the choices for my skincare that I have. Number one, I am 49. I'll be 50 in August, and my skin in the winter is normal to dry. The products that you're gonna see me introducing to you guys, I've at least used them for 6 months, if not years. Like the Retin-A, when you'll see my nighttime video, I've been using Retin-A since I was like 35 and I'm 49. I developed adult acne, and when I was in my 30s, it was because of my period. I mean, at this point I'm post-menopausal, so I've already gone through menopause, and so I am finding that my skin is a bit drier. You know, get some doctor advice about what you should do for your skin. I really do recommend it. If you really think about it, we spend so much money, especially for example this holidays. I was thinking about buying the Drunk Elephant one of their sets, and I thought to myself, that's almost as much as it is to buy my Retin-A, and I'd rather buy the Retin-A because I know that that has been proven to affect wrinkles and to help in the turnover of cells. So, you know, I do recommend that you guys go see your doctors and realize that what I'm sharing is simply my experience, and hopefully it can help you guys. Now, I want to do something very similar to this as my nighttime routine as well, but that'll probably come out later, maybe next week or so. But I thought I'd just jump right in and show y'all what I do for my morning skincare. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I do every morning when I wake up is obviously I kind of wipe my face. Now, I don't wash my face in the morning because at night, you guys will see I do a really good job of washing my face. I typically use the Clarisonic every night, and so my face is pretty clean aside from the skincare that I used in the evening. So what I'll do is I'll grab one of these. It's a microfiber towel. It's a little white one I have. I'll even wipe my lips. And so that's done for this now. My skin has now been refreshed. It's ready to receive my skincare. In the morning, I typically will do what I call my acids. In the evening, and you guys will see that in the nighttime routine, I will go in with my Retin-A. And so I don't like combining them. I'm not really sure how much truth there is into the you shouldn't combine your acids with your Retin-A. That being said, I found a way to work where in the morning I do my acids and in the evening I do my Retin-A, and that works for me, and I'm quite happy with it. So let's start with what I start with. At this moment, I would probably go in with some kind of a toner or a facial water. Right now I'm using this one by Ole Henriksen. I think I'm saying that right. It's the Truth Facial Water, and I got it at Marshall's for $4.99. So either I'll use something like this, or I will take a cotton round and I'll wipe the Ordinary's glycolic acid 7%, and I'll wipe my skin down with that. So here we go. Anyways, that's kind of funny to do that and to film yourself. I'm just saying, that was a new experience for myself. So I'll do that. After that, I will go in with a vitamin C serum. And I have two, and I like both of these very much. And they're both, I think, pretty affordable, one more than the other. The one I like the most is this one, and I got onto this because of Hot and Flashy. I think her name is Angie. She really recommends it, and so I ordered it, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago, and I found that I really like it. And it is the Timeless 20% vitamin C plus E plus ferulic acid plus, or I'll use this one, and it's the Ordinary's vitamin C suspension 30% and silicone. And so this dispenses more as a cream like that. There you go. And so typically the amount that I'll use if I'm using this one. I think this was like $6.90, and I have the app for the Timeless, and this one is $20 if I buy it on the app, or 21 I think it is with tax. Of the two, I prefer this one. That being said, because I already squirted this out, I'm going to go ahead and use this one on my skin. Now, I will tell you that for vitamin C, I really do recommend that you kind of build up to it. So you may not at the beginning be able to use it on a daily basis. You may have to do it every other day because it can be quite irritating, and it can, it can sting. So then I'll just rub it between my fingers, and then I'll put it where I want to help brighten my skin. I won't typically put it on my eyes or on my lips. If I have any left over, I will run it down my neck. In essence, what vitamin C is doing is helping brighten my skin. And if you have any discoloration or any hyperpigmentation, for example, I have some, and I don't have it as much on this side because it's actually really done its job and it's gotten rid of most of my hyperpigmentation right here, but I still have a little bit right here. I'm from Florida, and I did quite a bit of sunbathing when I was younger, and we didn't use sunblock back in the 80s. So, I have some damage on my skin, and I'm working on lightening it at this point. Now, I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to completely get rid of the hyperpigmentation right here, but at this point, I'm really happy with the progress that we've made. So, I've put on my vitamin C serum, and either one of these guys, they're both really, really good. After that, I'll normally go in with my Paula's Choice 2% Skin Perfecting BHA lotion. Now, I know that they've changed the packaging on this one. However, I still have on this one, I think it's like right here, and I have a whole other one of these that's waiting in my cupboard. So I won't be buying a new one for a while, but I really, really like this one. It says it creates radiant, even looking skin, it soothes redness, and it minimizes enlarged pores. And that's really what I use it for. Now, it is a 2% BHA lotion, so it has salicylic acid in it. So if you're sensitive to salicylic acid, this may not be for you, but I use it every day. It really has helped the size of my pores in this area and on my nose. I used to get a lot of blackheads, and now my blackheads are minimal. Now, my pores aren't gone, but they really have been minimized, and for that, I'm really, really grateful. Now, what I'll use of this is typically about that much. You don't use a lot, or at least I don't. Actually, I think that's too much, but it's what I squirted, so it's what I'm going to use today. You guys saw that it was a white, creamy consistency, and I'll typically go in where I have more problems with my pore. So right here with my pores, right here on my forehead, around my temples. When I was younger, I used to get pimples right here, and then on my chin down here, and so I'll go down here as well, and I'll rub it in because that's where I might have some scarring left from when I was younger. And then right here on my cheeks and on my nose, which is where I had the worst blackheads. So that's what I'll do with my BHA. I do that every morning, as well as like I do the vitamin C serum. And guys, I do this shotgun method, so I'm like 1, 2, 3, and when I'm done, I'm done. So after that, I'll typically go in with my 8% AHA from Paula's Choice. Now, I don't do this every day. I would say that I would do it like 2 mornings a week because I just don't need that much acids at this moment. My skin is pretty clear, and I'm really kind of happy with where it's at. So maybe like twice a week, I'll put it on top of the vitamin C and the BHA. Again, I'll use about that much. It's a white, creamy consistency. This one, it says it creates radiant, even-toned skin, reveals younger looking skin, and it smooths wrinkles and fine lines. The other thing I found with AHAs that I was floored is if you suffer from skin tags, this is the best product for you to use on them. Guys, I had a season where I had quite a few skin tags, like right in my neck area where the fold is. That's normally where they'll develop, wherever you have a skin fold. And I started to apply, not this one, I used to use the one from Walgreens. And I'll put a picture up here so you guys can see which one it is. But I started to apply it, and it got rid of all my skin tags. And so now I've got my family hooked. Anyone that I see with a skin tag, I'm like, girl, you need some 8% AHA, or you could go higher. They do sell one by alpha hydroxy. I think it's like a 14% or even like a 16%. That being said, I don't necessarily think that doing stronger is as important as being consistent with the amount that you're using. For me, an 8% AHA is just fine. So I'll take the amount that I have on my hand right there. Again, I'll tap it between both fingers, and I'll go into my whole face at this point, and I will take it down to my neckline. Now I'll tap, 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 and you guys are gonna say, what? You can use all that? Then I'll go on my neck, and I'll rub it down my neck. Now, I will say to you guys, I do not have a sensitive neck area. I don't suffer from rosacea. And let me keep rubbing it while I talk. I don't suffer from rosacea or anything like that. So for me, it's never been a problem with either this Paula's Choice one or the Walgreens Drobit. In either case, I've never suffered from any major tingling or redness, and my skin doesn't get bright pink or anything like that. But I know it's working because I can tell in the texture of my skin. My skin doesn't look dull. It's always very nice and bright, and I enjoy the texture that I have in my skin. So I'm going to use my little towel to wipe up my hands so we can go into the next step. So then at that point, I've got my actives on my skin, right? So now at this point, I'm going to try to bring some moisture into my skin and hydrate it, because honestly, you know, I've given it a little bit of a stinging, a little bit of a workout with all three of these products. You know, moisturizer I've used is this Ole Hendrickson, the Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer, and it's got acids as well, and it has antioxidants in it. I got this little one inside of this little set that I picked up over the holidays from Ole Hendrickson directly. They had a great deal, so I bought 2 of them. But in any ways, it's a makeup prep step. It helps even tone and smooth texture, and it's an ultra light whipped hydrator. Now, however, what I wanted to share with you guys is I don't really care for this like the little jar dispensing. So the one that I am using it's inside of this little pump, and so I'll show it to you. I transferred it into the pump, and it just comes out like that. It's again another white, milky kind of lotiony thing, and so what I have in here is what's in here. I just prefer this dispensing mechanism. So anyways, I'll take about that much, and I'll, you know, rub it again on my fingers, and then I'll go around my whole skin. Where I tend to have the most dryness, guys, I don't know why, it's right here on my temples again. And I'll take that down on my nose or on my mouth. I will actually put that on my mouth. And then I'll take some more if I need it, and I'll go ahead and use this one because it's the one I have right in front of me right this second, and I'll put it down my neck, all the way in my décolleté. And so that is how I moisturize my skin every morning. So then I want to make sure that my eye area gets hydration as well, because I have wrinkly under eyes. Again, I'm 49, and I have smile lines. I smile a lot, and I enjoy smiling, and so I end up, you know, having wrinklies down there. And if I don't put something down, a moisturizer right under here, when I put my concealer on, it's no bueno. So this is looking sad. This is looking so sad. But I'm using either the Yes to Blueberries. It's called the Age Refresh Eye Firming Treatment, and this is what it looks like. Of all the eye creams I've ever used, I think this is the one I've liked the most. I don't tend to really care for eye creams, and so this one just gives me enough hydration, especially in the summer. This alone is just enough for me in the summer. Now, in the winter, at this moment, I've been using this from Pure, and it's called the Hydra Gel Lift, or this one from Hard Candy, and it's the Sheer Envy Coconut Water Stick. And they're both very similar. Let me take their lids off. They're both very similar. You can see they both come with these little protective caps, and they're both like little jelly solids, right? And so one's blue and one's pink, but on your fingers, there's, you know, it's very slick and moisturizing. And so I'll go ahead and put one on one eye and one on the other, because to me, I can use them interchangeably. I had purchased the Pure one, and when I opened it up, I realized how similar it was to the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Coconut Water Primer Stick. And so at this point, I'm using them interchangeably. But once I finish with the Pure one, I think I'll just stick with the Hard Candy one, because I think this one's $8, and I believe this one's like, I don't don't know, $26, $28. I'll be sure to put the price down below. But in either case, they work about the same, and I really don't see much of a difference. They're both cooling, and they both, in the winter, help me retain moisture in this area. They're not so sticky that it changes the consistency of your concealer. So I really do appreciate them. So then I'll put down the either one of those gels, and then I'll use the Yes to Blueberry one, and I'll use about that much. It's not like I use a lot. You don't need to use a lot, and I'll tap it again on both my fingers, and again I'll go in on my under eyes and on top in the corners, which tends to be one of my most crepey areas, and I will do that. Whatever I have left on my fingers, I will definitely then use to help moisturize my lips. Now, I really do believe this has helped in the texture of my lips. I do something like this in the morning and in the evening. So that's it. Those are the active products that I use on my skin. So because I used 3 acids on my skin, I have to be conscious of the fact that now my skin can be pretty hypersensitive to the sun. So again, I live in Florida, and we have a lot of sunshine. This year we've had a lot of rain, but we get a lot of sun. It's not like some areas in the world where you guys maybe get, you know, 5 or 6 hours of sunlight. No, we've got quite a bit of sunlight during the day, and so we're pretty close to the equator, right? So I will use one of these 2 sunscreens. I prefer this one. It's from Etude House. It's the Sun Prize. It's a both of them are mineral sunscreens. This one's got SPF 50, PA++, and then this one is from Neutrogena, and it's the baby sunscreen, and it's also got an SPF 50. Now, they had reformulated this one recently. In the past, it used to have titanium dioxide in it. Right now, it's just zinc oxide. And I preferred it when it had the titanium dioxide. I'm trying to use this one up because I already own it, and I hadn't realized that they had made the change until after I purchased it. So I'm going to use this one up, but it is a thick sunscreen. So right now I'm mixing these 2 because this one is just so thick without the titanium dioxide that I just don't find it very elegant to apply. And so this one from Etude House is quite elegant. And so when I mix it, I prefer the consistency. Since they're both mineral sunscreens, I'm not concerned that I'm changing the quality of the product in itself because they're both mineral. They both have zinc oxide. So I'll put on about that much, and I'll then tap it into primarily the center of my face. And then I will work it down my neck. And then if I need to, I'll add more for my décolleté. But in either case, guys, I will then massage this into my skin. I will press it into my skin really, really well. I will put it underneath my eyes. I put it on top of my eyes. Because it's a mineral sunscreen, it's not as irritating to me, and so I can actually wear it on my eyes, on my lips, on top of my lips, and as you can see, it does blend in very well. If you've tried the Josie Maran one, I find that one very similar in texture to this one. I didn't care for that product either, so this one's just, I would like to say, just a little bit more gritty, for lack of another word to describe it. But it is a very good sunscreen, and it's got 80 minutes water resistant, and I live in Florida, and you sweat, guys, you sweat. So in other words, I need to wear something that's pretty strong and that's able to protect me because I put some pretty strong products on my skin for daytime. So anyways, as you guys can see, I've worked it in. Now, I will tell you that neither of those 2 sunscreens have ever broke me out. And then lastly, I will apply a chapstick. I typically will use this one because it has SPF 12. It helps prep my lips for when I do my lipstick later. So anyways, guys, that is my current skincare routine. I can tell you that all the products that I just shared with you, I've used for quite a while. Both these Paula's Choice products to me are just top of the line, and I find them very affordable. I think that the BHA is something like 22 or 24, and the AHA is about the same amount of money. And you end up getting 3.3 fluid ounces or 100 ml, and that's a lot, guys. The Paula's Choice products that I'm recommending, guys, I really want you to know that they last a long time. They're 3.3 ounces, and I think it's 100 ml, and I came back on video to shoot this particular thing because I want you to know you may go through only one of those a year. And if you're spending $25, which is approximately what each one of them are, she typically has like a 20% off coupon that you can find online. It's really worth it. If you go to the drugstore, you're going to get something that maybe has 1 ounce, or isn't that like 50 mil? And that is, you know, the Paula's Choice is going to last you 3 times. So I want you to be aware that that is a great financial choice. Yes, you have to go through the trouble of ordering it online, but they also explain to you the science behind their products. And so I couldn't recommend her products enough. So that's it, guys. That's my morning routine. So I hope y'all found it helpful. If you have any questions about anything that I've shared with you guys today, let me know. I also want to recommend there's some really good YouTubers that I think are so helpful. The first one, and it's the one that I've most followed, would be Angie from Hot and Flashy. I mean, she's got her game when it comes to skincare, and I think she's very sensible about it. She doesn't really let herself fall into the name brand kind of thing, but she will spend money on something that she finds is really good. The other one is Dr. Davin Lim. He's a dermatologist. He's based out of Australia, and he has his ABCs of skincare. So yeah, he's excellent. I love watching what he does. He talks a lot about lasers, and I've never had a laser treatment, but I find it very interesting. And I really enjoy watching and the information that he does give. And then the last one would be Dr. Dray, I believe it is, D-R-A-Y. I really enjoy her because she'll like literally go into a store and pick out different products and say, this product is good, this product has just got too much fragrance, this product, and she really has brought to light a lot of information that probably I wouldn't have had, because you know, when you go see your dermatologist, I don't know about you guys, but I may be in there 15 minutes or 10 minutes with the actual doctor, so you really don't get to ask all the questions that you can think of. And Dr. Dre has really helped in helping me make an informed decision about my skincare. So I'll link those 3 channels below because I think they're really, really helpful. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you'll come back and visit me again. If you'd like, I'd really appreciate it if you took a moment and subscribed. And I hope y'all have a great day, and y'all be blessed. Bye.